If I ever go and get anyone to paint anything ever again for me, I'm going to choose No Ways Painting. No Ways crew took a day and a half to peel the paint that was there before, scrape it all down, take any nails that were sticking out, take it out. I had to pressure wash the whole thing without beating up my stucco. They sprayed the stucco and took off any dust and debris that was on that. And then once all that had dried, once they had finished all that, then they put up all the tape, they put up the paper, and they put up the plastic around the doors so that when they were painting, they could and take care of everything. And it looked phenomenal. They did an amazing job. So it was like a day and a half of prep and like 6 hours or 3 hours or whatever of actually doing the work. 90% of a great paint job, 90% of an astounding paint job is preparation, and 10% of the work. So yeah, it's okay that you do the work, but make sure you prepare, because if you don't, you're going to be cleaning up. Then most of your work is going to be cleaning up what you screwed up. Got the outside all taped up. They went ahead and put some primer on the underside, and this is No Ways Painting out of Visalia. Tulare, I think he told me. No Ways Painting. So we got right there. They went ahead and painted that. It was all chromed up. They asked me if I wanted to paint it white. I said, yeah, you know what, that would look really nice, because this fascia board is going to be painted. Oh, there we go. Fascia board is going to be painted white tomorrow. Everything's primed for paint tomorrow. They wanted to get it done today. It's just not drying fast enough. So here they got the plastic. They got everything prepped on the outside. Everything's looking really good. Here's the underside. This is what they primed up today. Right there. So they got the primer. They sprayed it on. In some cases, rolled it on. And here's the back side. You can see they got it taped up, so it's all the way around. It's going to be stark white, very white, bright white, all along the trim. It's just going to stand out like amazing, right along with the windows and everything, the trim. So I'm really excited about that. So everything's turning out. It's these are some of those final but not so final touches. They're going to make the house pop and make it stand out. We still got stuff back here in the backyard I got to put inside. I got to somehow get that jerkwad that painted my chimney a couple of years ago and get his name off the side of my house. Anyway, there you go. There's the house. Everything's looking nice. So I didn't show you this backside, so might as well finish it up, right? Oh, they took down the cable wire. There you go. They taped up around the tankless water heater. So they won't paint my tankless water heaters. That's nice. There we go. Takagi. There you go. That's all the way around the house. But I am stoked. I didn't think that we'd have it painted. I was pretty sure that we wouldn't have it painted until Saturday. This coming Saturday, mainly because I didn't think they'd have the texture done until today. They did an amazing job. Let me give you a little tour here. Got our walk-in closet. It's all done up. Just needs to have the fire blocks. We're anchoring them down right now for anchor bolts into the floor. There's the walk-in closet. There's going to be a doorway right here for the bathroom, while the toilet's sitting over there. Bath right there. The water's coming up. We haven't put water in yet, but we'll be in here soon. There's the bathroom. Step in here to the bathroom. Doorway out. That's where the sink will be. Got the bedroom, master bedroom. Currently has a toilet in it. That'll be gone, obviously. There you go, master bedroom. Here's to the kids' bedroom. Got the walls furred in. That'll be the closet right there. And we get into the kitchen. Fridge will go here, stove, counter to the sink, dishwasher, and window to the outside. So at this point in the rehab, feeling really good about everything that's going on. Got the furring in done back there. I've got you see some of the electricals run. There you go, see some of the electrical on the flooring. We've got plastic in the glass in the window so that people can't see in and want to steal something. We've got some flooring down. So it's wide open, and I'd have to say at this point we're doing pretty well. We're much farther into the rehab time-wise than I thought that I would be. I expected at this point to have not only finished the house but to have sold the house. It took longer than expected to get permits. It took longer than expected to do the walls, the framing, everything, and that's mainly because of the contractors available in the area, and then also some cash flow issues. I didn't have 40, 50 grand or whatever at the start, and I knew I'd have to float this project as time went on. Had I had, say, 50 or 60 grand from the get-go, I could have had this done much faster. As it turns out, I think I will have saved a lot more money because I've taken my time in doing it. I've done a lot of the work myself. Also, the housing market is doing pretty well, and the inventories are low. Interest rates are still low. Unemployment rate has gone down. So all the economic factors are doing fantastic for the house. So my thoughts on the house, there's some things that I'm going to have to leave the way they are, and it's not really what I want to do. Let me give you an example of some. All right, you see that beam? It runs all the way across. This one right here. That beam is where the old wall used to be. So it sat on top of the bricks, and then the joists sat on top of that. Well, now that I don't have the blocks in the way, I really don't need that board, and it's going to stick down 1.5 inches, which means as I run drywall, I have to run it up to the board, and then I have to stop and then run it again on the other side. So it's going to look kind of funky that I have this great room. There we go. I have this great room and my kitchen. I'll turn it around real quick. Here you go. Okay, so I'm going to have this great room, but then I'm going to have that one little bar right in the middle of it. So that's kind of annoying. Over here on the side, you can see where I've got the brick wall, the original brick wall. That's going to stay. We might knock this out because it's sagging a little bit. We might put up some 2x6s there and make a new doorway. Have to make a step. Here I've got electrical cord there for these lights. I've got 4 of them. Boom, 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 and the one overhead. So this will look really nice when I'm all done. Let me show you my laundry room. It's going to be a good sized laundry room. Honestly, it's going to be a good little walkway. You see the insulation over there, that's about as big as the dryer and the washer is going to be. So I'm going to have like a 3-foot walkway plus really deep shelving in here, so I could have a pantry or just storage. So this is going to be, I think, a nice 2-bed, 1-bath modern home when I'm finished. And I'm really pleased with how it's turning out. So I have a staple here. When you do electrical, you're supposed to have a staple within 8 inches of the box, at least in the state of California where I live and where I'm doing this. You need 8 inches from the box to attach there. As long as my drilled hole is somewhere close to the center, I don't have to put on metal plates to protect it from people running a nail through for, putting a frame up or something. So as you can see, I've got it pretty much in the center on all of these. I don't have to put the staple in again until I go up. So see, I've got a couple staples there, one going for down, and that may not be necessary, but I did it anyway because it gives a nice clean look. See, as I step back, look how clean that looks. See, the inspector is going to look at all those, and when they see that it's nice clean lines, there's just an extra line down there. When they see nice clean lines like that, they're more likely to sign off on the inspection. So up here I've got the lines running, and I'm going to tack those up. I haven't tacked them all up yet because I wanted to see how it looked. I'm probably going to use like a zip tie or something similar to tie all of those together, because right now I got a bunch of electric lines. Of course, going to the electric box. So I got all of them down there. Now this is something that's important. If you're going to wire a house, you want to make sure you do something like this. See, that says FAU, that's for the forced air unit, number 17. I happen to have numbered on my plans all these different ways that I'm wiring stuff. Let me show it to you. This is unfiltered, people. See where it's got like 13 and 3 and 12. Boy, I got a dirty fingernail. That's gross. All right, I'll do it this way. That's a 10, 3, 11, etc. It says 14.3 because that's the wire I used. Anyway, so I've got these plans all drawn out where each one of my zones are going to be. I'm pretty much overdoing it. So, for instance, this is one breaker all by itself, just for the fan and the light. That's not necessary because the electricity, the wiring can handle more than one light on it. I've got this room broken up into one section, a second section, and then a third section. So really, in order to turn off this, you'd have to turn off one breaker, turn off this, you'd turn off a second breaker, and turn off this, you'd turn off a third breaker. Where this is going to come in handy is, let's say you wanted to add something, add another outlet or something. Well, you could just turn off this wall, but still have the light on. So that's when it's kind of nice. If I got a breaker in the kitchen, I've got a breaker for the disposal, a breaker for the dishwasher, a breaker for the fridge, and a breaker for all the other outlets and the lights. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got like 5 breakers just for the lights, or just for the kitchen. Pretty crazy. But everything's going to plan. Would I do it all over again? I think the answer is yes, I would. I would have done some things differently. For instance, I probably would have gotten a loan earlier on if I could qualify for one. Maybe I would have sold it sooner. Maybe sold it instead of fixing it up, because there are a couple of people that wanted to buy it from me for like $80,000, $90,000, and I bought it for $45,000. So that's essentially the amount of profit I was going to get anyway. So I could have done that, and that would have saved me a bunch of time and effort. But honestly, one of the nice things about doing this and actually taking the time and figuring all this out is that you gain invaluable knowledge. As I've hired people, they've taught me some of the things that I need to know as far as building code and things like that. And so there's experience that you learn too. It's not all just monetary and saving dollars. There's also the knowledge that you gain that you wouldn't be able to gain otherwise. So I definitely would do this again. But this is one of the issues I have with the pipe, with the plumbing, is getting the water in.